Have you ever considered what happens to plastic after we discard it? It doesn't simply vanish. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces, eventually becoming microplastics. These tiny particles are now found everywhere, from the deepest oceans to the food we eat. The pervasiveness of microplastics is staggering. They have infiltrated our water sources, contaminate our soil, and even drift through the air we breathe. These tiny particles, invisible to the naked eye, pose a significant threat to all living beings. It's a global issue demanding our immediate attention. The time to act is now. Microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic, less than 5 millimeters in diameter. They originate from larger plastic products that break down over time. This degradation process is often accelerated by sunlight and wave action. There are two main types of microplastics, primary and secondary. Primary microplastics are intentionally manufactured to be small. These include microbeads found in cosmetics and industrial abrasives. Secondary microplastics result from the breakdown of larger plastic items. The sources of microplastics are vast and varied. They come from our clothes, car tires, and even the paint on our walls. Every time we wash synthetic fabrics, tiny plastic fibers are released into the water system. Microplastics have infiltrated our food chain, making their way into our bodies through various pathways. Seafood is a significant source, as marine animals often mistake microplastics for food. Drinking water is another significant pathway. Studies have shown that microplastics are present in bottled water, tap water, and even well water. Even the air we breathe can contain microplastics. These particles can travel long distances in the atmosphere and are deposited onto crops and soil. The silent invasion of microplastics into our bodies is a growing concern. The potential health risks associated with microplastic exposure are a growing area of concern. These tiny particles can interact with our bodies in various ways, potentially leading to a range of health problems. Preliminary studies suggest that microplastics can disrupt our hormonal systems, trigger inflammation, and even damage our cells. Studies have shown that microplastics can interfere with the endocrine system, which regulates hormones. This disruption can lead to a range of health problems, including reproductive issues, developmental abnormalities, and metabolic disorders. The presence of microplastics in the body can also trigger an immune response. This can lead to chronic inflammation, which is linked to a variety of health problems, including heart disease, cancer, and autoimmune disorders. Furthermore, microplastics can carry harmful pollutants and bacteria on their surface. While the problem of microplastic pollution may seem overwhelming, there are steps we can take to reduce our exposure and protect our health. By making conscious choices in our daily lives, we can limit our contribution to this growing problem and create a healthier future for ourselves and generations to come. One of the most effective ways to reduce microplastic exposure is to drink filtered water. Invest in a water filter that is certified to remove microplastics. Choose reusable water bottles made from glass or stainless steel to avoid plastic leaching. Reducing our reliance on single-use plastics is crucial. Opt for reusable alternatives whenever possible, such as cloth bags for groceries, bamboo utensils instead of plastic cutlery, and beeswax wraps instead of plastic cling film. Support companies and organizations that prioritize sustainability and are actively working to reduce plastic pollution. Choose products with minimal packaging and opt for brands that use recycled and recyclable materials. By making informed choices and adopting sustainable practices, we can all contribute to a healthier planet and a brighter future for generations to come.